有毛病啊。
哦，那你知道做哪的？你哪里吃的？
So, if you know me, then you know that I recently got a job, which is exciting and honestly a blessing in this economy. But it also means that life is about to get a lot more structured. This trip almost feels like a last hurrah before everything speeds up, before I lock into a corporate 9 to 5 and start being more intentional with money and time and all the things that come with adulthood. I ended up pushing my start date from 2 weeks to over a month so I can come back and see Gam. I spent a lot of my childhood here, raised by my grandparents, so being back doesn't necessarily feel like traveling. It feels like returning to something that already knows me, but at the same time, it's strange because I'm not the same person I was when I left 16 years ago. The city feels familiar, but I'm noticing it differently now. I find myself lingering more in museums, on the streets, and just quiet moments around town. Most days end at home, with Gam and dinner. These moments are simple, but they mean a lot to me, and I enjoy spending time with her. She's never been the type to say, "I love you," but she shows it constantly, washing clothes by hand every day, bringing my favorite meals without asking, taking me to get my glasses fixed, and polishing my shoes whenever she notices a scuff. Whenever I'm at my grandparents' place, I feel the most at home. It's where I was raised, where my childhood lives. It feels like a safe space, like the rest of the world quiets down once I'm inside. I think that's also why I wanted to start vlogging more. I was lucky enough to travel a lot during college, but I didn't really document any of it. I'm really grateful for these experiences, but sometimes it feels like they've passed through me without leaving enough behind. I also have a tendency to say whatever's on my mind. Sometimes it's a good thing, and sometimes it's not, because not everyone wants to hear my thoughts all of the time. This feels like a better place for them, a place where I can notice things, think out loud, and just let moments exist without forcing any meaning onto them. this trip to Hangzhou wasn't part of the original plan. Gam wanted all of us to go together, not necessarily as a vacation, but more as a way to mark my quote-unquote coming of age and to pray good luck at the Lingying Temple, which was discovered in 4 AD. So suddenly we were on the road. We had lunch at a Hangzhou-style restaurant. The food tasted different from what I'm used to in Shanghai. It's lighter, more regional, but some things stayed the same. The coconut shrimp was still really good. That evening, we took a ferry across the lake, passing temples as the light started to fade. The city felt quieter out here, like everything slowed down just enough for you to notice it. That night ended with dinner. We had cuyu, which is specific to Hangzhou. It's sweet and tangy, almost lighter than you'd expect. And of course I had to get the coconut milk with the lady mocking everyone. It's so good. And then we went to bed. But when we woke up, I did a hotel room tour. It had one of those Chinese-style balconies, and it was surrounded by trees, where the outside feels like it's part of the room. The windows let in a lot of light, and the whole space felt bright and open without feeling staged. It was the kind of room where you automatically start imagining what it would feel like to wake up here. The sunlight came in early too. We had breakfast, packed up slowly, and then figured out what we needed for the day. After that, we made our way to the temple. Walking through the grounds, I wasn't thinking about making wishes or asking for anything specific. I was more aware of where I was, who I was with, and what this trip meant, and how it sort of fit into everything else going on in my life right now. I was raised Buddhist, and parts of my family are still very religious. I don't follow everything perfectly, but I've always carried a belief in something bigger than myself, a higher power. Something that gives shape to moments when life feels like it's about to change. For my grandma, praying there wasn't really about asking for anything specific. It was more of her way of acknowledging that I'm stepping into a new phase of life, that things are about to look different, and in her own quiet way, it felt like protection. Before I knew it, we were back in Shanghai. Being here, I felt taken care of in ways that didn't really draw attention to themselves. My cousin took me to get my nails done, and my grandma made sure that I had snacks for the trip back and helped me pack everything up. Checking and rechecking what I might need, adding things that I wouldn't have thought of on my own. It's the kind of care that shows up in actions, not announcements. On the day I left, my grandma's neighbors, the women who helped raise me from the time I was barely a month old, came to help me pack and walked me all the way to the gates, standing there saying goodbye. I felt this overwhelming sense of gratitude. I am incredibly lucky to have a place on the other side of the world that I can still call home, a place that holds my past and steadies me before whatever comes next. Coming back felt necessary, like closing a loop, reminding myself where I come from before moving forward. And it's strange how quickly life starts moving again. Everything feels louder, faster, like there's always something I should be doing next. Being in China slowed me down in a way I didn't realize I needed, and maybe because I was surrounded by people and places that already knew me, I didn't feel like I had to perform or figure myself out in real time. I don't know when I'll be back in China, or how different it'll feel next time, but this trip reminded me that I'm allowed to slow down before everything speeds up again.